Hello, students. Very good evening to all of you. Can you hear me, students? Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Right,
sir.
people are joining in. Okay, let me share my screen to you. We will start the class. Okay, so let me open. Okay, this is last session. We were trying certain things. Of course, we learned about tables. Then we learned about basically we learned about fonts last class and explained you the difference between sans serif fonts and serif type of fonts. That was one of the main lesson that we did. After that, we learned about how we can make use of Google Fonts. That's also I taught you how to do Google Fonts. That was I think the last lesson that we did. So when you want to access Google Fonts, you have to go to fonts.google.com and then you have to locate the fonts and you have to copy paste the code. That's what you basically do. When you copy and paste a code, there are two parts to copy. One is the link to the Google fonts.googleapis.com. This one is one. Second one is the this particular link fonts.gstatic Google static. This part you give, and the third one you give a link which is a CSS resource, right? So you give href, then you give a path to the font. Actually, all these things you don't have to type. These things will be auto generated. You can take it and you can paste it. Actually, previous week we practiced two types of fonts in our web page, so that is why we have the similar kind of two kind of links here. Then for the headings, we applied one particular font, and for the paragraphs, we applied another type of a font. And if I open that page, you can see that it's visible. That's the Google Fonts getting applied to your web page, right? So these are custom style fonts. And if you really want this kind of font to work in your project, you can make use of this. All right. So that was our previous class things. All right. So we will continue the lesson from there.
It was my
Let me quickly check what I have covered for you. Right. Okay. Syntax, selectors, then colors, background colors, borders. Right. Okay. Let's start working with a little bit of more fonts. Fonts in the sense um, the font style, how to change we have learned, right? So then font, whether you want to make it bold or italic, that you know how to use it. That also I'll show you because we have been practicing here, right? So if you want to make the font variant, you can use the different type of things you can use. Let's use something called small caps. I should go to this document, 16th one. So this is small caps. When you apply this, right, see, I'm going to remove that. I removed it. Now when you go here and when I reload, look at this one, what happens? And it is normal type of fonts now. So that is having capitals and simples. When you say small caps means you can see everything turns to capital letters and every word's first letter is a big capital letter. Rest of the things are capital letters, but compared to this one, it is small. There is one thing which you can do with font variant. You can use small caps. Okay. Then you can use another one called font style. Font style, you can use italic. This is sometimes useful because italic, if you use italic or oblique, you can use both the same. So if you use italic, you can see the font is getting slanted. All right. So that is possible. So this is getting applied for the fonts, every font, which is links as well as paragraphs, everything together. So that is font variant and font style. Font size is also there. I think I already mentioned it about that. Its font size, you can give pixel values. I think I did this, so no need to repeat that again. So that is possible, right? Font size you can give. So just 22 I gave. 22 seems to be not enough. Let's give 36. So that kind of a thing you can give. The problem here is I am setting the fonts not only for headings, but also for the paragraphs also. That is why it goes like that, right? Okay. Let's continue the session. Right. So you can learn more things about this fonts, right? So we will do further things, right? So I'm going to create another web page and I'm going to teach you that, right? Let's create demo 18th one, right? So I like to duplicate this one and do it. Control C, Control V, F2. This should be 18th one. And I'm going to work with text, okay? So not font, text, okay? So I'm going to delete this Google font stuff. No Google Fonts. This one I'm going to remove. Blank web pages there. Let's first of all open that in the web page. So this is the blank web page. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can easily see. First thing that we're going to learn is let's apply that for the headings, H1. So H1. So we're going to use text dash. You can use a lot of things. You can see text align, decoration, transform, overflow, right? All those kind of things are there. I'm going to show you how it's done, right? Okay. First, let's learn text. I'm sorry, not text. Let's use the transform, right? First one, we'll do the transform part. So we can simply turn that into capital letters, simple letters, right? So you can use these things. Uppercase means all the things are capitals. Lowercase means everything simple. Capitalized means sentence first letter is capital, rest of the things are simple. So you can make use of that one. Doesn't matter, however, the user have typed the text, we can beautifully format it accordingly, right? Okay. So I'm going to use, first of all, for the H1, let's use uppercase and C, right? So save this. Let's reload this. Now you will see everything. H1s will turn to everything capital letters. You can see everything turns to capital letters. Text transform, uppercase. Let's do lowercase. Lowercase, everything will turn to simple letters. No letter is in capitals. Everything turns to simple letters. And you can use capitalize, right? So if you put capitalize, you can see starting words, first letter is capitals. All the other words, all the other letters are simple letters. So that is about text transform. And let's use for the paragraphs, another one, text alignment you can use, okay? Text align. So we can use a few things, which is first one is left. When you set the values to left, you will see no difference because default setting is left, no difference. If you set it to right, the text will align to right side. You can see from this side it is getting aligned. See, it is getting aligned this side. After that, if you put center, you can get it like this. And the final one, you can put justify. Justify. So that is also nicely will come like this. See, either sides, both sides, it will nicely adjust the things. So that is also possible. Okay. So that is about text alignments. Okay. Right. So I think we need to have more paragraphs to practice. So in this example, 18th example, let these two things be there and I will start a new file and do it. Let's close that thing. Select that, Control C, Control V. I'll put 19th one. That is also text, working with text, okay, right? Right, so let's see in the 19th example what we can do. Again, the blank web page, right? Let's delete. Okay. I'm going to show you another one, right? So there's nothing much to do with text. Text decoration, I'll show you separately. Text decoration, we use underline and overline we can use. I can show you that. Okay, let me show you that. Text decoration, let's put an underline. So you can get an underline like this. If you like, do we have H2? H2 is also there. Let's try that one now. H2 will give text decoration overline. I don't know whether you have seen an overline. You can see on top of this particular heading, a line will come. See, it is also possible. And we have another one where we can cancel the price. I don't know whether I showed you these things, but we can do that, right? If you go here, if you go and search for a product, let's say we search for earpods, right? So there are advertisements are coming. Now you can see in most of these things, I'll zoom in. You can see there is a price they have shown here, 4,500, and they have cut that through, which means that is not that price they are selling. They are selling it for 1,470, right? So 67% it is left less, right? So what I'm telling is, if you want to have text displayed like this, you want to have a text, but you want to cut off that. In HTML, I taught you how to put that is deleted text, but in CSS, if you want to do, that's very simple. How you do that is, mm, I'll show you that one with another example for you, right? So H1, I'll put a class. We know how to use the selectors, class selector. Um, mm, 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 mm. Strike head, strike heading. So that is the name of it, right? Let's say this text is strike or through. Okay. And now let's do a code for that. And you can see h1 dot strike heading, and we'll see whether the code is working. Visibility, you can say none. Visibility none, and when you reload this, okay, this text is strike through is coming. H1 class strike heading. Because this is I'll put it an H3 tag, okay, because it's having a problem with the other CSS code, H3. In that case, I don't even need the class attribute. Right. Okay. So let's see whether that will work. Yeah, it's worked. Working. So we'll put text decoration. Text decoration line through. Okay. So when you reload, you can see that it's getting cut. So for example, if you have the price like this, so 70,500, you want to cut that and show, this is possible to do. Okay. So the formatting is line through. Okay. Text decoration line through. That is about the text decoration, right? So if we have more things we can do, right? Okay. So we learned about the text decoration in this example, right? Let's close this one and close this. Let's use another one, right? So let's go. Let's call this one as 20th one. Okay. So in this one, let's delete this code. Let me first open the code. Again, you can see that blank web page is here. We're going to write, I'll show you with H1 here, first of all, H1, we're going to write letter spacing. So if you give letter spacing, let's say 10px, right? So in between every letter, H1 tags here. So you can increase the spacing between the letters. Okay. So if I give a big value here, that will not look very nice, but so you can make the letters away from the other letters, right? Okay. Even you can play around with that a little bit. Did you notice that when the mouse pointer comes over, there is a small adjustment we can do, right? Okay. So this is possible for you to do. If this looks nice in your project, then use it. Don't overuse this one. So it's not very nice. Okay, you can have a small change then. In that case, let's put like 10. So there's a very small change, let's say, or else from 5 to 7. Right? There's a small change like this. So this is possible to be achieved. So the thing that you use is letter spacing, and you give the value. Okay. So that is for letter spacing. One more I'm going to show you, which is called word spacing, letter spacing, word spacing. So you can say, let's put H2 tags, word spacing. Then in between words, we can use that. I like to use it on a paragraph and show you. Right? Word spacing, we'll put 10px. In that case, in between every word, 10 pixels gap is coming. If you really should need this, then use that. Otherwise, skip this up. Right, let's reload that. There we go. So there's a gap, right? Okay. Next part is we're gonna do is how do you say word spacing, right? There's one more thing I want to show you. I'm going to leave this one to word spacing 0. So the text is like that. And if you give a negative value, okay, word spacing, you can give negative values also, but then one word will collide with another value. It is overlapping and it's very difficult for you to read and understand the characters, but it's possible to do, right? So we will just leave it like something word spacing like 10, okay, 15 pixels like this. Okay, so let's close this. Let's start another example. That let's call this as 21. That's also working with text. Let's open the project here. Well, mm, 21. Okay. I want to show you one thing. I don't need these things. With the paragraph, I'll show you. Right. So this is how it looks, right? In between paragraph text, in between this text, it's better that you can sometimes increase the line spacing, right? That's called the line height. So 23px looks really nice. So that kind of space is good. And of course, you can put asterisk. Asterisk means all the tags. Okay, so if you say font family, we'll put sans serif. Okay, so fonts looks nice and the spacing also good in between the lines. Then that's good to do, right? So we learned certain things, how to work with text and how to make the text transform, right? Text align, right? Line height, letter spacing, word spacing, and even you can use something called indent. Text indent means, now for example, if I give 150 pixels, so when I reload every paragraph when it is starting, so this will have a 150 pixels gap. All days, when you are writing notes in your book, we were writing notes like this. We just start a paragraph in the middle of the page, right? So that kind of a practice was there. So this is called um, indent, okay, text indent. That is also possible. Um, I think that part is enough for that thing. Okay, under the text. Okay, one more thing we'll do, how we can have for certain text, it will be looking sometimes nice if you put a shadow for the text, right? Or let me put that one also. I like to create another example and do. So demo 22. So that's going to be, demo 22 is going to be text shadow. Text shadow, right? So these things, let it be like that. Paragraph, I'm not changing. First of all, we will open the page. So this is the page, how it looks. Only the font I have changed. For these H1s, let's write a code, okay? So H1, I like to have the font a little bit big. So font size, I'm going to give 48 px. Right, so that is large enough. Now you can write something called text dash shadow. Text dash shadow. You need to give 3 parameters for this. Your shadow, how much it is pushed from left side, which means x direction, what is the value, and how much it is pushed from top, that means y direction, and how much feather amount it has. Feather means making it soft, okay? So when I give values like this, let's say we want to take the shadow 5 pixels to the right side, 5 pixels from top, and we want the this one to be looking right. So color is the first value that we give. I'll give a different color. Let's say we use a color like this. Okay, right. And so text shadow, first you give the color, then you give x direction how much it should be pushed, then y direction how much it should be pushed down or up, then how much it should be feather, right? So this is what we have. So if you reduce this amount, let's say you put it to 2 like, so it will look very sharp shadows like this. So if you put 0, that will be super sharp. See, it's almost the text like. But if you give a large value, it will be very soft. Okay, like this, that's also fine. You can animate this. So animate in the sense you can put a transform for this. You can say hover. Hover means when the mouse pointer comes over. You can say text shadow. Text shadow. I want to put just the color I want to change. Time is running, so let's put this luminous color green. And I want to push the shadow a little bit to the left side as well as to the bottom. Then I want to make it more softer, more soft. Let's say 25 px. Okay. Then I like to give a transition, right? So I like to give it for the text shadow, let's say 0.9 seconds, almost close to 1 second. Okay. So when the mouse pointer comes over, it changes, right? So slowly it should change, but I'm finding some parts difficult. Automatically it's not working. It is quickly coming like at once. So there should be a small delay in that, right? Transform. I hope there is no spelling mistake. My problem is it is appearing at once. Maybe because I'm screencasting. That's why. Okay. All right. So that's about the shadow. So that will be enough. Right. So we can add icons also inside our websites. So I'm going to teach you how to put that on as well. So we have something called Font Awesome. There's a library. We can download the library and we can use it. Okay. So this kind of fonts we can use. Uh, there is a website called Font Awesome. You can go to the Font Awesome website. Latest ones are visible. This is, of course, you have to download, then you have to use this. So if you go to icons, there are a lot of icon packs are there. You can use them. So because for a lot of projects, we make use of them. I think we can use this one in an upcoming class, not now. I'll just show you something like, let's say you want to show a recycle bin like this. Let's say if you type trash, sorry. So you can see those icons come here. And you can see the orange color ones which are marked, they are professional ones. So you have to pay and buy. And what you can do is here, I think it is possible for you to get the free ones. New, sponsored, staff, favorite. Here you can go for free ones. Just select the free one. So what you see all here are free of charge. You can use them. Okay. Let's say you feel like using this one. So how to use all the code, everything they show, right? So with other technologies also how to use, everything is there. So in order to use these class attributes and all, we need to link these things, right? So you need to, you can send this one, right? So I think you have to sign up. You have to log in and do it. During the class, if I'm going to do that, will be taking more time. Let me show it in another class. Okay, right? So I'll show you in another class. It's how to do it. It's pretty easy anyway. We will be using them in your project, right? So It's not that difficult. It will send the code. From there only you have to take this. Yeah, you can download and use also. Yeah. Other ways to use, you can download these versions. If you are using a desktop project like a web, not a web application, if you are creating something like a Java program or a C# program, you can make use of this. Okay. Right. So we will use something like we can go for this option, right, which is free for web option, right? So I wanted to show you in another class, but okay, let's try. We have it in the F drive. Okay. And I like to save this one inside resources. Right, so let's say that. So let it download. I have a folder called JS and I have a folder called CSS. I just copied and pasted from this sources files. Okay, font awesome. Yeah, yeah, I took it from here, right? Yeah, so it's not no big deal, right? Okay, so this is what we have here, right? So under resources, right? I like to delete these things. I like to delete, right? So if you go inside CSS folder, we have all these files, okay? And then we have JS folder. We have some these files, okay? Let's link them and see if it would work with that. Everything will not work because we don't have a professional account. Right, let's go to the document. Let's come here. And if you take a look at your folder structure here, CSS folder, if you open, you see a lot of files here. There's a file called fontawesome.css. So we need to link that. So we'll say link. It's inside CSS folder, fontawesome.css. Then you put JavaScript, script, say src, say JS, JavaScript fontawesome dot, this one, right? Okay, it should work now, right? All right. Then when you reload this, you will see no change. So if you want an icon here, when you want the icon, right? So let's get rid of that. Let's say font awesome icons. I'll tell you why we use this also, right? So before I finish the heading, I start another tag called I tag. Okay, I. Then you have to give the class I class. Then you can say FAS. FA stands for font awesome solid, right? And FA font awesome dash. You can give a name of a this one. What do you call a name of a icon, right? So when you reload that, we should be able to get that one. There is something wrong with this. It's not working. The reason for that could be we can get it. We'll try to get it from the official website itself. Uh, icons, let's say help. So whether we get the icons, right? So we get something like that. Um, let's go for free. Let's say with this one we like. So the code is automatically coming here. See, this code is already there. So if you click on that, it gets copied and you can put it in the project where you want that and it should work. Let's try that, whether it is working. Students, it's not working. I think I have some problem with the libraries. Uh, let's start it. Let's try getting started. I need to attach them. Well, am I in the correct project? Okay. I'll try all here. Yeah. Did you notice that, students? When I linked only font.awesome.js file, it didn't work. Okay. So there's a library called all.js file, which concludes or which includes all the information from all these libraries. So when I added that one, now it is working fine. So we can duplicate this. We can duplicate and put some other icons and try. Uh, let's try something like FA cloud. So that's coming. Let's try another one. Heart shapes. You can take. The advantage of this one is if you want to set the size of that, that will be what do you call? That will be you can make it very big, right? So for example, if you say I font size, let's say you give around 72 px. It's not working because it is inside the head one tag. Why is not working? So it's coming like that. Um, I'll give a class called icon. We learned this earlier. So what we do is I have small issue. It's not working. I'm really wondering why it's not working. So that is possible to do. It was not working from here. I'm not sure why. Uh, maybe some icon. Maybe some problem with the code in here. But I just wanted to show you how big you make it is. How big you make it, no problem. Yeah. Quality doesn't change. You can make it very big, but the quality doesn't change. And you can change the color also, right? Uh, that is possible for you to do always, right? Because this is considered as a font, right? So that's what it is done. So you can even like to go to a Font Awesome website. You can search for the icons that you look for. Let's try this time something like, let's search for something like animal. So when you're trying like that, it comes like this. If you are only interested in free icons, you can go for like that, right? So you can simply get this, right? All these kind of things. Um, FA hippo. See, that is possible. There was a hippo here. I just zoomed in, right? So that is very easy and very convenient for you to do, right? Okay, so that's about the Font Awesome. I just wanted to show you whenever you want to use in nice projects, you can do them, right? Since we have the library with us now, right? In an upcoming projects when we are doing, I told you that we will be doing a small layout design. When we are doing that part, we will put these things, right? Contact us or locate us, all those kind of information we can make use of these icons, right? Again, um, make sure these are not real photographs. They are fonts. So there's no problem. You can increase the size or decrease the size. It'll still look nice in your web page. Okay. So that's about the Font Awesome. Okay. Let's continue from there now. Um, so let's work with HTML links now, right? So I'm going to show you something beautiful, right? Watch this. This is also we're going to work with text and text decoration, borders, and all the things. So see what's going to happen. So let's copy and paste this. 23. I'm going to call this one as links, right? In this web page, I'm going to get rid of these things. I don't want these. Let's call this one as links. First of all, I'm going to do like this. I'm going to create a link, okay? And I don't need a real link, okay? So let's keep a hash mark there. Let's say we want to go to Google. One is Google and one is an MSN. The other one is Yahoo. Right. If you reload this, you get something like this. And it's not very beautiful, right? And I'm not interested in formatting all these things. Just delete them. So we will get a blank web page like this. So I'm going to make them look very pretty now. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write a colon, right? A colon. There is an order that you're going to give here, right? We have something called pseudo classes, which means you're going to write a, there are 4 words will come. One is called link. A link means normal appearance of the web page. Or not sorry, the link. Okay. And it's a visited. After you have gone to a link, and if you come back, that is a visited link and how it should be displayed. Right? I'm going to say, let's say color, we want to put it to red. Right now, when I reload this page, see, when I reload this page, these links will turn to red color. So they are turning to red color. Okay. Now, when you want to do this, right? So you make that into red. After that, what you do is, you can make a whoa. Whoa means when the mouse pointer comes over that, right? We say when the mouse pointer comes over that, let's say we want to make it orange color. So let's say color orange. I will make it prettier next. Okay, I'm just showing you the functionality first. So when the mouse pointer comes over, see now the color is changing like this. Okay, right. Further, you can have another one, a active, which means when you click and hold on a link, if you click and hold a link, the color will change, right? So let's say not only color, you can do whatever you want. Let's say color green. Right now, I'm going to click and hold my mouse. Click and hold my mouse. There you can see when I'm clicking and holding, it is changing to green color. Okay. So you have full control like this. Now only you know how to change the colors, right? Okay. So these are the pseudo classes, or these are the related words that you can use with HTML links, right? So now we're going to do is we're going to make the link look but not something nice. Okay. First, I'm going to give, we learned about the dimension, which means height and width we learned. So let's give width. We learned, right? Width. We'll give the width to 120 pixels, and we'll give the height to 40 pixels, right? And let's give a background color also. Background color. Let's give a color like something like an orange. Let's try that color and see what happens. Right. So when you reload that, so you get something like this that doesn't look very nice. Okay. So let's go for something like an orange color. Okay, let's go for this kind of a color. All right. And I like the text to look in white. So when you reload this, it looks like this now. Now, next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something like this. I will teach you this soon because today is not that lesson I'm going to do. There is a word you can use, something called display. We're going to learn this one in the upcoming class, display. And I'm going to say, I can use the word block or inline block. I'm going to use the word inline block. I will explain you what is this. Okay, now see what's going to happen to the this one, our links. They looks like buttons now. They are not looking very great. Leave it, no problem. So we're going to change that. I'm going to put text, align, center. Little while ago, we learned it. Text align center. Now the text is at the center. And you can use padding, top. You can use padding top. Let's give around 10 px. Now see what happens when I reload. This will be pushed from top 10 pixels. At the same time, from bottom, it will increase another 10 pixels height, which is I don't want. So now the buttons are too big, right? So you have no choice. You have to reduce the height. If you don't want to do something like that, you can use the word called box sizing border box. Box sizing border box. That means the size will be limited to this particular width and height. Okay. Now this is the original size, 120 pixels by 40 pixels in height. Next, what I'm going to do is, let's put some other stuff here. Let's make it prettier. Okay. When the mouse pointer comes over, and I can put the text decoration none. Let's put the text decoration none. What it does is, so it looks more like a button now. And when the mouse pointer comes over, color orange is not nice. Let's put something like when the mouse pointer comes over, if you want the background color to change, let's say the background color should change to, okay, any color is fine, but let's change to green color. So let's see what happens. So when the mouse pointer comes, it changes to green color. Text orange is not nice. Let's put a this kind of a yellow. And now when the mouse pointer comes, it looks something like this. Okay. Right. And even you can make transition. I think this will work. Transition all. Let's give 0.5s. So when you reload this, if the mouse pointer comes, slowly the color changes. See? Slowly the background color changes, right? So that gives a nice effect there. And I'll show another example of this one. I'll do a different kind of an example. I will save this and do it for you. So I'll duplicate that. Control C, Control V. This is going to be again 24. We are still working with links. So this time I'm going to use background color, nothing, or transparent. I'm not going to use the background color. Text color will be, you can put whatever the color. Text color, I'll put dark green. And I'm going to put a border for this, right? So I'm going to put a border. Let's put a border, 1 pixel, solid. I like to have this particular color as the border. Now when you reload, you will see, okay. You can, the buttons look like this now. Did you see that? So buttons are looking like this, outline only. Once the mouse pointer comes over, a color can be applied. Hope you understand that. That kind of buttons are also very common in nowadays designs, right? So we can make use of this one also. It's pretty simple to do. Okay, so that is about the HTML links, how you can use them. So please make sure that you understand there are 4 styles or 4 ways you can format that. First one is the link itself, how the normal link looks. And visited means if you click on a link and go to a website, if you come back to your website, those visited links, if you want to display in a different format, you can give a different kind of a style. That is possible. Students, except for this one, and this one, other things I have taught you, okay, and this one also. Other things I have taught you, okay, I have taught you, I have done the lessons for you. So that is how you can work with this one. Links, okay, how to work with the links, right? Okay. There's another few things are there. I don't know whether we can do that, right? Let's I think we have images. Yeah. We do have images, profile one. Okay, we have a picture like that, right? So there's a picture of a lady here. So profile one. I'll use this one and show you some stuff today, right? Let's add an image here, right? After this one, let's add an image. I think I showed you how to do that, right? So images slash profile one.jpg. Then when you reload this, you get a big picture like this, right? Okay. So let's put img dot profile. What does it mean is this image tag inside you have to put a class attribute. Okay, and you can say profile profile. Okay, right. Then you can write a code here, right? Let's write the width, how big you want. Let's say I want it to be 150 pixels in width and 150 pixels in height, right? So that you can make it smaller, right? So this is something that is very easy to do. Okay. Then what you do is you can make this one a circle also. If you want to make the circle, you can use, there is an option called border radius. So if you give a value like this, don't know whether I did this one last week. If I did, please remind me. So you can get rounded borders like this, okay? Or if you want more borders, like you can give a big value also. So it will become a rounded rectangle like that. And if you give 50% here, instead of pixels, if you give 50%, and if you heighten with the same, then you get a image like this, a circle image you can create without any issues, right? Okay. And you can use something like a padding, let's say 5px, and let's set up border and px solid, let's say green. So this is possible, right? So this is the original size. I can zoom in so you can see that is really nicely you can take. And of course you can use just like the text shadow, you can have the box shadow also. You can have box shadow also works the same thing, right? You give the color first. Okay, right. So you can give a color. Let's use this color, and we'll see from left side how many pixels it should move. 3 pixels. From top, how many pixels it should move, and how many pixels it should be feathered, right? So 5 pixels should be feathered. So you get nice shapes like that. Okay, so this will create very nice looking designs. Now in between this board and in this picture, if you want to put a different color, that is also possible. You can just put a background color. Okay, if you put a background color, let's put a background color and see. So which is black. So that is possible. It's not matching the photograph. You can put whatever you like. I don't know whether that will work. Right, like this. It's not matching with that, right? Okay. So it's always possible to do things like that, right? It's not very difficult for you to do, right? Let's keep it a very neutral color, like something like this. Like that is possible. You can design it however you want, right? Okay. So that is the things that I wanted to show you here, right? So you learned a couple of things today. You mainly learned how to work with the text, right? Text, all the things we learned, right? So text transforming, aligning, a lot of things. All the files are here. I will give you the files now. Text decorations we learned, lines, line height, word spacing, letter spacing, then line height and indentation we learned. Text shadow we learned, how to put text shadow, and how to work with HTML links. We learned how to control the links, and even we made links into look like buttons. We did 2 examples. So this is way better than our normal web page. Okay, right? That is possible. After that, what we have is we did about box shadows as well, right? Box shadows that we practiced with an image, and of course we learned how to make an image round shape as well. Okay, so those are the main things that we have to do today. So upcoming class, we can do a little bit more things. And I'm hoping to do next class positioning, okay, positioning and floats. Along with that one, we will do few more things if necessary, and flex also. And we will do a layout design, okay? After we finish that, let's start working with Bootstrap, okay? So maybe next class, we can again spend some, maybe 1 hour on CSS code. After that, we'll do the Bootstrap part, okay? Right. Thank you very much for your time then. Hope you found the session useful, right? And see you in another session, okay? God bless you all. Thank you very much for your time. $100 பேசுங்க